Big Max and the Mystery of the Missing Giraffe. I can read, Level 2, Big Max and the Mystery of the Missing Giraffe. Big Max was looking out his window. It was a nice day for a mystery, he said. The telephone buzzed. Ah, Big Max said. Perhaps somebody needs me now. Is this Big Max, the world's greatest detective? A voice said. I try to be, said Big Max. Who is calling, please? This is King Punch-a-Pillow. I'm calling from my place in Achoo. The voice said. Do you have a cold? Asked Big Max. No, said the king. I've just been stuck with a lot of silly names. What is the problem? Big Max asked. My pet giraffe, Jake, is missing, the king said. Can you find him? I can find anything, Big Max said. Where is Achoo? It's near some trees, the king said. What else is it near? Asked Big Max. It is between Sneeze and Gesundheit. Just past Runny Nose, the king said. Do not worry, said Big Max. I'll be there right away. What airline are you taking? The king asked. My own, said Big Max. I fly by umbrella. Big Max flew into his umbrella. The umbrella filled with air. Ready for takeoff, Big Max said. He flew into the sky. Big Max flew over the ocean. He saw a big fish jump. Big Max flew lower. Pardon me, he said. Is Runny Nose hard to find? Not for whales like me, the fish said. The whale blew a spout of water. It splashed over his head. See, the whale said. It's not hard. Thank you, Big Max said. That's a good trick. Big Max flew over the desert. I see camels, he said, but no giraffe. Big Max flew over trees. Soon he saw a baby deer. Pardon me, Big Max asked. Is this the way to Sneeze? Sorry, I can't help you, the deer said. I'm too young. I don't know how to sneeze yet. Big Max flew over some more trees. I better find it soon, he said. I'm running out of air. The umbrella and Big Max flew lower. Prepare for landing, he shouted. Big Max landed in a tree. He stopped falling. Instead, he started bouncing. He bounced up and down. This is a funny kind of tree, Big Max said. Big Max fell to the ground. A man came running up. Are you Big Max? He asked. I am King Punch-a-Pillow. This is a funny kind of tree, Big Max said. It bounces you all around. It's supposed to do that, the king said. It's a rubber tree. Said Big Max. Rubber trees have rubber stuff inside. This one has it all over. Of course, the king says. It's our special kind of rubber tree. It grows only in Achoo. Said Big Max. That is interesting. Now please show me where you last saw Jake, your giraffe. I hope you can find him, the king said. I always find what I look for, Big Max said. I will find him. The king led Big Max to his palace. Suddenly the air was filled with sounds. There were loud roars. There were loud animal growls. There are wild animal sounds, Big Max said. King Punch-a-Pillow smiled. Yes, he said, but these animals here are not so wild. They are my pets. See, the king said, they are just playing games. I show them how to play. That is wonderful, Big Mac said. He saw 2 lions playing ping pong. He saw 2 kangaroos playing tennis. He saw 2 bears roller skating. I see 2 of every kind, said Big Max. How many giraffes do you have? Jake was my only giraffe, the king said. He had nobody to play with, so I made a place for him where he can play by himself. Show it to me, said Big Max. The king took Big Max away to a big courtyard. Inside was a basketball court. See, the king said. He could shoot baskets here, all by himself. Said Big Max. Giraffes don't have hands, said Big Max. How could Jake shoot baskets? With his mouth, the king said. He could blow in them. What would Jake do if he missed? Big Max asked. He would get very mad, said the king. What would he do then? Asked Big Max. He would kick rocks, said the king. When was the last time you saw Jake? Big Max asked. Last Friday night, the king said. We were watching a soccer game on TV. The next morning, he was gone. Big Max looked up at the high walls. He said, a giraffe cannot jump that high. He looked closer. Giraffes cannot climb walls, he said. He looked at the lock on the gate. Was this gate locked? Big Max asked. Yes, and I have the key, the king said. Said Big Max. Jake has found a new way to be missing. Perhaps you are not such a great detective after all, the king said. We shall see, said Big Max. Look and think, he said. That is the secret of solving a mystery. I think we'll never find Jake, the king said. We will find him, Big Max said. A giraffe is too big to hide. Big Max looked up. These walls are very high, he said. But giraffes are very tall. Giraffes have long necks. Jake could look over the wall. Yes, he could, said the king, but there is nothing to see. What is outside the walls? Asked Big Max. Just the trees, the king said. My rubber trees. Ha, Big Max said. I know how Jake did it. We must hurry to find him. They ran outside. They ran around the high walls. They ran around the trees. If we find out where Jake went, Big Mac said, we'll know why he went. I see, said the king. Giraffes have big feet, Big Mac said. These must be Jake's footprints. Jake had very big feet, said the king. That's why he was good at kicking rocks. They followed Jake's tracks. If we find out where Jake went, we will know why he went, Big Mac said. Jake never even said goodbye, said the king. Perhaps he was in a hurry, said Big Max. Suddenly the tracks disappeared. There was only grass now. We've lost the trail, Big Mac said. Jake, this is not funny, the king shouted. Wait, said Big Max. There is another way to follow him. Giraffes like to eat the tops of trees. We must look higher. We must follow the torn tops of the trees. You are a great detective, the king said. Look and think, said Big Max. That is the secret. They came to a little stream. They waded across the water. They walked up a hill. Big Mac stopped. Wait, he said. Why are we stopping? The king asked. Something is wrong, Big Mac said. This is a different kind of hill, he said. This hill is moving. Hills do not move. It has thick skin. It has small ears. It has big teeth, like a hippopotamus. It has the big mouth of a hippopotamus, so it must be a hippopotamus. I always wondered what I was, the hippo said. See, I was right, said Big Max. We are looking for a missing giraffe. He said, have you seen one? No, the hippo said, but you can look inside and see for yourself. No, thank you, Big Mac said. We'll take your word for it. They hurried away. There was a great roaring noise. The ground shook. The trees shook. Big Max and the king shook. It's an earthquake, the king shouted. We must run for our lives. No, Big Mac said. It's no earthquake. It's a soccer game. A soccer game, the king asked. They looked down from the hill. Animals were all around. They were cheering in the middle, and many giraffes. They were kicking a soccer ball. Which one is Jake? Big Max asked. I see him, the king said. He's the one with the red spots. Another case solved, Big Mac said. Now we know why Jake ran away. When he saw the soccer game on TV, it reminded him how he missed playing with his old team. No wonder he was always kicking rocks, the king said. He was staying in shape. Now I know why Jake ran away, said the king. What I want to know is, how did Jake get away? It was the trees, Big Mac said. It was your special rubber trees. That was the clue. Somebody blew a whistle. The first half is over. Big Mac said, Jake will be here soon. You can ask him yourself. Tell me now, the king said. I cannot wait that long. Big Mac saw a giraffe coming. He had red spots all over him. Giraffes like to eat leaves, Big Mac said. Jake reached over the wall to chew the rubber leaves. Rubber stretches. It also snapped back. It's like pulling on a rubber band. Jake would pull down a mouthful of leaves. They would stretch back. The harder Jake pulled, the harder they stretched back. Finally, Jake pulled too hard. The leaves and the rubber branches pulled back twice as hard. They pulled Jake over the wall. I heard what you said, Jake said. Yes, this is how I did it. This is the first time I ever liked rubber leaves. I'm sorry, Jake, the king said. I didn't know you liked playing soccer. It's more fun than kicking rocks, Jake said. The king took out his checkbook. How would you like 1,000,000 Achu rupees for finding Jake, he said. If it's all right with you, Big Mac said, you can buy us 2 tickets for the rest of the game instead. They are just playing the first half. It's all right with me, said the king. They watched the soccer game. Jake's team won 32-4. Big Mac said goodbye to Jake and the king. Then he blew into his umbrella. All's well that ends well, he said, and flew off. And off flew Big Max, the greatest detective in the world. Big Max and the Mystery of the Missing Giraffe. I can read. Level 2.